Alright everybody, we are back with part 2 of our review of the Samsung Galaxy Note from Bell Mobility. Okay, so now let's get to the fun stuff. First thing I wanted to show you guys was the video recording quality. I'm just going to jump into the gallery and find a video I recorded the other day. Where the heck is the, there it is, of when it was just bucketing hail, and I kind of want to show you guys. Wow, that's loud. I just really wanted to demonstrate for you guys the sound capturing capabilities of the device as well as the video recording playback quality. So I'm going to turn this up all the way for you. So as you can see, it picked up the sound of the hail really well, and the video quality is quite impressive in my opinion. Alright, so I can hear you all screaming, "Get to the benchmarks!" So I've taken the liberty of downloading some of our favorite benchmarking apps. Now, in the interest of time saving, I'm going to cut this video and just come back with the individual results of each benchmark. So we'll be right back. Okie dokie, we are back and done our Antutu benchmark. And here are our results. 6083 on the Samsung Galaxy Note. So not too bad, not too bad. All right, now let's take a look next at... No, I like leaving CF Bench to the end, so I'm gonna go with LinPack next and run multi-thread. And we'll be right back, everybody. All right, our LinPack for Android benchmark test has revealed a MFLOPS score of 76.528. So now let's go ahead and jump into, I'm gonna see if I can find quadrant here, and we'll be right back again. Okay, so here we are with our quadrant score benchmarks, and our device rated 2828, just above the Samsung Galaxy Tab. I would have liked to see some higher scores on this type of device, but maybe it's because the CPU is spending all of its time trying to power the massive 5.3-inch display. Okay, so now what we're going to do is jump into CF Bench, which is everybody's, at least as far as I think, everybody's favorite benchmarking app at the moment. So we'll go ahead and click run full benchmark, and we'll be right back once again. Okay, so apparently we got stuck on CF Bench, and it was actually stuck at the submitting scores or whatever little window there, and it wouldn't go away for like 10 minutes, and I wasn't about to start it back up again to sit through it all over again. So if that's any indication to you guys about anything, it's kind of not okay that it didn't go through. But anyways, we do have one more little test, and that will be our quick data speed test. Now keep in mind, where I'm located, I am not under any LTE coverage, unfortunately, but I do get HSPA plus coverage, and pretty good HSPA plus coverage, but of course it does vary depending on the time of the day. We'll go ahead and begin test. 102 ms ping time. And it looks like it's kind of bouncing around there, kind of settling at around 1.5. Oh, we're up to 2 megabits down, 2.5 megabits down. And I'm expecting about 2.6 megabits up as well. So for right now, this time of the day, it's actually pretty slow. I'm used to seeing about 6 megabits down and 2.6 megabits up on average, pretty consistently. So today must be an off day, but this is an LTE capable device, and I've seen it run up to like 25, 30 megabits down per second and like 10 up. So that's pretty impressive. Okay, now, so for the real fun part, let's put this sucker to the test. How a device handles my version of heavy multitasking is one of the main things I look at when choosing a device. So let's begin by launching some heavy resource hogging apps. And we'll start by launching a game, Shadow Gun, which I've already taken the liberty of downloading, which is a super high resource hogging game. If you've played it on your device in the past, which I know a lot of you have, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So we'll just go ahead and let this completely load up here. Oh, it's going to want me to download that extra 256 megs of data, like a lot of big games do. So we're going to go ahead and download that right now, and we'll be right back as soon as that's all finished up. Okay, so we finally downloaded all the remaining data that we needed to do that I probably should have done before video, some little bit of post-video production. Anyways, all right, so now what we're going to go ahead and do is hit the home button and get back home. While that's running in the background, we're going to go ahead and open up a super resource hogging benchmark, which is CF Bench, so hopefully it doesn't screw up on us again. Then while it's doing that, we're going to go ahead and hit the home button again, go back into the internet browser. So now that we know the internet browser is running in the background, hit the home button again. And like I said before, or I didn't mention it before actually, but I've loaded the all 7 home screens up with a lot of widgets, just so that we can visually see the performance of how this device handles some multitasking. And as you can see, I mean, it's really struggling there. I don't know if you've seen my LG Optimus LTE video, but I did the same test, and although it was having, you could see signs of CPU stress, it performed a lot better than this one. And as you can see, I mean, like, I'm swiping, swipe, it's, we'll go ahead and hit the button down here, the bar, and it's not even there we go, finally bringing that up, and go back to there, and it's beginning to feel like maybe it's shut off one of the apps in the background on me, but anyways, so now what we'll do is get back into the browser, and I'm going to go ahead and refresh the Engadget desktop mobile site, or desktop site if you will, I'm sorry, on the mobile phone. And so I've already hit the refresh button, but it doesn't seem to be doing anything. There we go, now it's refreshing. Wow, it is just, so it's refreshing and not allowing us to do any sort of scrolling. There we go, finally able to do something here. Still not responding, it's taking a while to render the images, as you can see. So I'm going to go ahead and stop that test right now. As you can see, it was really struggling. I'm not impressed with its multitasking abilities, especially considering it does have a dual-core Snapdragon processor in it, running at 1.5 gigahertz. So, mind you, again, this is a device meant for, maybe a student or the business person in mind who probably isn't going to be doing some insane multitasking like that. But, if the person might be running some sort of application in the background, web browsing, and they're wanting to perhaps edit some spreadsheets or something like that, they might run into some issues. And I'd be interested to see what that would be like trying to use the S Pen on the touch screen when those types of issues were happening. Also, one thing you want to keep in mind about that stress test that we just did, this is running Gingerbread, which means it's not optimized completely for multi-core devices. Ice Cream Sandwich, the new update, the latest version of Android, has been optimized for multi-core devices. And I've used it myself. I've used the new CyanogenMod 9 custom ROM for my Motorola Atrix, and I can certainly tell you I can notice a huge difference in performance in every aspect of the operating system. It's definitely smooth on every front. So my guess is that once ICS comes out to this device, you're really going to see what this device is capable of doing. I think its multitasking ability that you just saw there, the lag and the insane amount of sort of chunky stuff that was going on in the background there, I think would really be alleviated and would really take advantage of the two cores, of the dual core processor inside this device to provide us with a smoother UI experience. So now I want to talk about some gripes and groans I have about this device. A few times while in a call, the device wouldn't let me hang up. Now that could be a problem if someone's leaving a voicemail. Also, again, the keyboards perform very poorly, in my opinion. A third-party keyboard is a must-have. The location of the ports might prove to be a pain in the butt because the charging port is on the bottom of the device and the headphones port is on the top of the device, making it difficult to place in, let's say, a cup holder of your car when wanting to maybe plug in the device to your stereo's auxiliary port. Also, while on Wi-Fi, this is a big issue for me. Third-party messaging apps such as WhatsApp didn't seem to auto-sync for me. Like I had turned off Wi-Fi, I have to turn off the Wi-Fi, and then I have to turn on the data just to pull my messages. And with that said, the same goes with my Gmail. It wouldn't sync unless I had Wi-Fi disabled and my data enabled in its place. I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all, and I'm going to chalk that one up to the lack of software updates that have come to the Note thus far. Not to say that there won't be some big ones in the future. Who knows, they could be waiting for the ice cream sandwich update. Now for a few positive aspects that I wanted to point out. The display is obviously amazing. Samsung has always been a leader in mobile displays, and it really shows with this awesome 5.3-inch Super AMOLED HD display. I'm also really impressed with the camera. As far as I'm concerned, it is sufficient enough to replace your pocket Digicam. Now, the option to increase or decrease the touch key's light duration was a really nice feature I haven't found in any other devices yet. Now, when the device gave me the plug-in charger warning, it still kept the charge on standby for another 4 to 5 hours, which I thought was just crazy, considering when that low battery warning message pops up, it's usually telling you that you have about 15 to 25% battery left. So for it to last another 4 to 5 hours on standby really impressed me. Battery life overall on the Note was was as expected from a 2500 milliamp battery, lasting me a pretty good 2 days of average use. Keeping in mind, everyone's idea of average use is different. Now, as far as call quality is concerned, it was pretty darn good, and the speakerphone slash back speaker performs very well and can easily fill a room. Although I did find that when holding it to my ear during a call, it had a tendency to get a little bit warm for my liking. But hey, if it's a cold winter day, that might come in handy. Who knows? So what are my final thoughts on this device? Well, it's certainly not for everyone. The sheer size of the device might throw people off. I would have to say the Note was really made with a student or business person in mind. Although I almost never use the S Pen for anything other than testing purposes, I can see how it might come in handy to, again, students and business folks looking to write some notes and or other things. Playing games and watching movies was a very nice experience on this device, actually more pleasant than any other device I've played games on before, and that's probably due to its Super AMOLED HD display. Slipping it in and out of my pocket wasn't as difficult as I thought it was going to be, but that's because that's because I wear man pants, and man pants generally have larger pockets, but when it's in your pocket, there really isn't room for anything else, not even paper money. Since the device is long, wide, and rigid, there isn't any room for you to put your hand in and grasp anything. So although you might be able to put stuff in your pocket with the Note, don't expect to be able to grab items as easily as they went in. I do like how some app developers like Rovio have started to optimize apps for the Note, which can be seen in games like Angry Birds Space. So overall, I like the device to a point. Would I consider making this device a daily driver? No. But that's just because I don't think this device was made for me. You know what I mean? Maybe I might consider buying the Note as a media consumption device, but as far as a practical smartphone or a superphone or tablet, it's just not tickling my fancy. But for the student or business person in mind, I think this device would be a fantastic choice. You would get everything you need: a note taker, a document reader and editor, a camera, a gaming console, and a multimedia device, all wrapped into what Samsung calls the Galaxy Note. Well, that's it for me, guys, and I hope you enjoyed my review of the Samsung Galaxy Note from Bell Mobility, who I'd like to take this opportunity to thank for sending me devices to review. Now, don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, and if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe for future device reviews and unboxings, as well as our useful app reviews. And once again, I am Jared, and thank you for watching. Until next time, the Smokin' Android signing out.